Yeah, maybe me last night getting the wood.
So many of our YouTube family members were noticing when we showed that it was pouring rain yesterday how much wood we have already gone through, and basically maybe 1 month worth of cold temps that we've had, and honestly even a lot of those days were plus temperatures, but we're missing some wood in the wood shelter. I really feel like we can visually see how much we've gone through now with this wood shelter. When we had it just sort of in a pile in the driveway, like it just always felt like there's a lot of wood there, but I was just thinking, do we need to order more wood? But we don't have that much longer, maybe another month of winter, so we should be good. And we actually want the wood shelter to be empty at the end of the winter because we're gonna move the wood shed for our barn build. Because we want the barn to go where the wood shelter is. Because when we put the wood shelter there, we didn't know that we were gonna build a barn and that we were gonna get 2 pretty amazing horses. So change in plans. We need it empty so we can move it. We made this big mess. So for today's project, we need a piece of 3/4 inch plywood and a whole bunch of 6-inch wide slats. I think you know what I'm making.
We have to get it back up there again.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah!
You got it, baby.
Yeah, right. I got up last time. How did I get up?
You gotta do a hop, skip, and a jump.
Okay, ready? But that one's falling apart. It's like
Give me a booster.
my hands are stuck under me. I never said I did high jump. That's never said that was my
Watch your
skill.
head, watch your head. Wow, you are short. You can almost walk up.
I can walk up here. Don't tell me we didn't have to do what I just did. Fill up! You set me up! You totally set me up! I didn't have to get up here! Oh, babe, whatever. You even filmed me doing it. I'm better getting down. I love how you sabotage being able to get the quad out just to be able to see me struggle trying to get on the hay bale.
I'm sorry. Not really.
Luckily, we have some of the 4-wheelers on property and we often use them to move things around. So getting this heavy wood all into the house, over to the porch so we can get it upstairs, it's much easier than hauling it all over all the time. Rather than making some extra trips to go get the wood this week, I had the gentleman helping us to get the hay help me pick them up so that we could bring them home. Then we didn't have to pay for delivery since it was already a pass by getting the hay, which we were paying for the delivery for, and saves us some time and some money. Just one for the headboard, and then we need to do a bunch of the 6-inch slats. So yeah, we just need a bunch of the 6-inch slats too. Yeah, all those ones. Yeah. I actually don't know exactly how many we're gonna need until I kind of get cutting. Some of these might end up back in the garage for the next project because I don't know exactly how many we're gonna need, but
Good.
life of renovating in the winter. We're cutting inside, even though we don't want to be.
Why not renovate in your bedroom?
It's not ideal. It's winter time, and obviously we can't work outside right now because having the wood out in the damp air is not going to be good for it, especially since this is going to go in our bedroom. So I know we're cutting in the bedroom.
What cozier place to do some woodworking but in the bedroom?
Perfect. And when you're done, you can take a nap on the comfortable bed you're building.
Right?
If this isn't an example of use what you've got, I don't know what is. We made our own woodworking table here.
Thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too.
Okay, that was the only messy cut that we have to do, so not bad. Before I can do any of the woodworking for this headboard, I need to find the exact middle. And what we've done is we just need the length of the headboard, the exact dimensions of the base of the actual bed. So I know.
Minus the frame.
Minus the frame, yes. We are gonna frame around, so we subtracted about 1.25 inches for the width of the wood that will frame on the outside so that it doesn't stick out the side of the bed at the end. I'll show you kind of as we go. Because I'm going to be working with some large pieces of wood, I think the best solution for me is to actually draw on the big plus sign of our actual space here. That way I can line up all my cuts and see visually without kind of like guessing from that center mark. And I like to make a couple, especially if I'm gonna use a straight edge. So I'm going to go from the middle, straight edge there, and then I can draw my line all the way. That way the whole time I'm working, I can see where my lines are gonna be. I'm gonna do the one that goes this way now.
I know it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still.
So these are the lines that I'm gonna work off of to be able to create all of my angles, because what I'm doing is I'm building a wood wall art, basically like you could make a wall art design that you're going to stay in kind of like a rustic vibe, but a little bit maybe Scandinavian, a couple different styles gonna kind of be thrown into this design space. And then we're gonna frame it up so that it creates an art piece for the headboard. Rather than doing very similar to what we did at our old house where we just stained the whole thing and we just had sort of a herringbone pattern, we wanna be able to tie in that same kind of style design that we like, sort of that Navajo look, but add the colors that we're putting into the house. The rusty oranges, the blues, a little bit of a distressed white color. And we're gonna bring this kind of like as an actual art piece on the wall for the headboard space.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high.
Same
Pretty
way to go
little
that way.
thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, oh you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go.
Someone has a lot of standing to do.
Always keep my heart and soul strong.
So you saw that we made all of the main cuts to create the headboard shape. And in order to be able to have this frame perfectly at the end, we've kind of run off with the pattern a little bit larger than the base part of the headboard so that when we made some of these detailed cuts, we wouldn't have too short of a piece. So when I actually paint the pattern and use the wood stain that we're going to use to make this actually colorful, I wanted to have different sections, different colors. So I've now gone ahead from those larger pieces and cut smaller pieces so that, say, this might be one color and this might be another. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the early American stain that we use for our island downstairs because we have stain color left and we love the color. Tie it all in a little bit to other stain colors we've used in the house. We're going to use a little bit of the blue from this room, just a little bit. We're going to use some distressed white and some of the orange rust color that you saw us use on the staircase. And then at the end, we're gonna distress the whole thing. So we're gonna bring in those colors that we're running with for different elements of the house, and we're going to just make this beautiful art piece for the headboard, which will really complement the bedding that we have that's very basically neutral, that's gonna go on the bed. It is a color, the bedding, but it's just really gonna give this, like elevate this whole space in the end. So I have a lot of sanding to do. Pitch black outside. It is now way too late to do the sanding. So first thing tomorrow morning, I'll be able to take each of these individual pieces outside with the palm sander, sand them up really good before we can start applying our colors and our wood tones and everything that's going to bring this to life. And then we get to frame it and finally set our bed up because we've been living like college students the last couple of days with our mattress on the floor. It's like back from when Philip and I were 19 with the mattress on the floor and just getting our first apartments. And so it's been fun camping out, but I'm ready to get back on our bed platform and get everything kind of back into this space and kind of have our bedroom back. So a lot accomplished for this today. I was hoping, I think I was a little overzealous thinking I would finish this today, but we've run out of daylight, so stay tuned for tomorrow because I will be revealing this completed tomorrow, Sunday video. Thank you so much for cheering us on. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.